Hey guys, what's up? It's Scatter. I'm a gladiator and wanted to welcome you guys to my PvP guide series where we cover the fundamentals of your spec so you can quickly hop into PvP in under 10 minutes. Today we'll be going over the Mistweaver Monk. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I will be releasing guides in the future on other classes as well as any outdated information, so make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss out on any important updates. There will be links in the description below so you can quickly navigate this video, and I'll also have macros in the description as well if you'd like to copy and paste them. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the video. For the Alliance, your best race is going to be human due to their racial will to survive. This ability lets you get out of stuns once every 3 minutes. This gives you the option to run the Relentless Trinkets or 2 Trinkets of your choosing. For the Horde, your best race is going to be Orc due to their racial hardiness. Hardiness will provide you with a 20% stun reduction. Do be aware though that this does not stack with the Relentless Trinkets. And lastly, for your main stats, you'll be wanting Versatility and Mastery. Versatility will make you tankier and increase your healing, and your Mastery Gust of Mist will make your Renewing and Enveloping Mist. Expel Harm and Vivify provide some upfront healing. Starting things off with the level 15 row, we're going to be picking up Mist Wrap. This will increase our Enveloping Mist duration by 1 second and its healing bonus by 10%. This is great since Enveloping Mist already increases our healing to the target by 30%. So this talent will add an extra 10% to that and increase the duration in which our target takes increased healing from us. Moving on to the 25 row, we have 2 options here, Chi Torpedo and Tiger's Lust. Chi Torpedo is what you'll be running in most circumstances, and this ability will simply cause you to torpedo forward and gain a movement speed increase. This will greatly add to your mobility. Moving on to Tiger's Lust, this ability gives you or an ally a freedom effect and movement speed increase on a 20-second cooldown. This can be good against teams with a lot of roots such as Survival Hunter or Frost Mage, but do be aware that it has a pretty short range at only 20 yards. Next in the 30 row, our only option here is going to be Mana Tea. This ability reduces the mana cost of your spells by 50% for 10 seconds and will help us conserve mana, especially when we need to pump out a lot of expensive heals. As an added bonus, this ability is not on the GCD. In the 35 row, we have 2 options here, Ring of Peace and Song of Chi-Ji. Ring of Peace is what you'll be running in almost every circumstance. This puts a ring at the targeted location that does not let enemies enter it. This ability has a ton of uses. It can be used as a peel, as an interrupt, or to knock someone off a ledge into a bad spot. Moving on to Song of Chi-Ji. This ability will create a cloud that moves forward and will disorient anyone it touches. Most of the time you will be running Ring of Peace, but Song of Chi-Ji does have its uses against teams that don't have a lot of kicks. If you don't need the utility from Ring of Peace, then Song of Chi-Ji is a good alternative. The most common combo with this ability is to paralysis into a Song of Chi-Ji on the target. For the 40 row, all 3 of the options are viable and will depend on the situation. Healing Elixir will simply heal you for 15% of your maximum health. This ability can help you save mana when someone on your team is being focused, but you also need to heal yourself as well. Diffuse Magic will reduce magic damage taken by 60% and try to deflect any magic effects you have on you back to their original caster. Take this against casters, but do be aware if you use this against a Warlock's Unstable Affliction, you will take the dispel damage, so always watch out for that. Lastly, we have Dampen Harm. This ability will reduce all damage you take by 20 to 50% for 10 seconds, with larger attacks being reduced more. This can be strong against bursty comps such as Sub-Rogue or Marksmanship Hunter. In the 45 row, we're going to be picking up Summon Jade Serpent Statue. This ability will summon a statue at the targeted location, and when you cast Soothing Mist on a target, it will cast it on them as well. Do note that if you stop casting, the statue will continue to channel Soothing Mist. This is great if you have to line of sight and still need to heal, or if you Soothing Mist the target before you get CC'd, it can help keep your teammate alive. Lastly, in the 50 row, we're going to be selecting Focus Thunder. This will allow our Thunder Focus Tea to empower our next 2 spells. We will go over Thunder Focus Tea in more detail later in the rotation portion of the video. For your PvP talents, all of these will change depending on the situation and what you're playing against. Starting with Refreshing Breeze. This talent increases the healing of our Vivify by 20% and refreshes the duration of Essence Font on targets. This talent is important since it provides such a substantial increase to one of our most important heals. Next we have Zen Focus Tea. This ability will provide you immunity to silence and interrupt effects for 5 seconds and is on a 45-second cooldown. This 5 seconds of free casting can be game changing and give us time to quickly top off a teammate. Moving on to Grapple Weapon, this ability will simply disarm a target for 6 seconds and is on a 45-second cooldown. This is a very strong ability against melee and marksmanship hunters. Next we have Counteract Magic. This talent will cause your Renewing Mist to heal for 135% more when the target is healing has a magic dot on them. You'll be taking this primarily against casters, however against teams with a lot of purges, you will want to swap this out for Dome of Mist. This ability causes Enveloping Mist to transform 100% of its remaining periodic healing into a Dome of Mist when it's dispelled. This dome absorbs damage and will cause the target to take 30% increased healing from the monk. And lastly, we have Healing Spheres. This ability has 3 charges and will place a healing sphere at the targeted location. If allies walk through the sphere, they will be healed and have all of their magic dots removed. This is great against heavy dot comps. What PvP talents you should run and when to run them can be a little confusing. I'll post some suggestions here on the screen. I'll leave this up for a few seconds before continuing on to the next section, so feel free to pause the video here. Moving on to your legendaries, your all-around best legendary and your go-to in the majority of situations will be Tear of Morning. This causes your Vivify and Enveloping Mist on targets with Renewing Mist to have a 10% chance to spread the Renewing Mist to another target. It will also increase your Vivify healing through Renewing Mist by 20%, and your Enveloping Mist will heal allies with Renewing Mist for 20% of its healing. To put it simply, this legendary will greatly increase your healing throughput. For a very situational legendary, Escape from Reality can give you a lot of mobility and survivability. After casting Transcendence, you can cast it again for 10 seconds, and it will have no cooldown. It will also increase the healing of your Vivify and refund some of the cost. This is great against double melee teams, and highly abusable on maps like Blade's Edge Arena. Your best covenant for PvP is going to be the Venthyr. The Venthyr offer the Fallen Order ability. This ability will open a portal for 24 seconds. Every 3 seconds it will summon a spirit that lasts for 6 seconds. The spirit is empowered based upon your specialization and will either heal or do damage. The Venthyr will also provide you with the signature ability Door of Shadows. This will give you a teleport on a 1-minute cooldown. This can be useful for escaping or pushing in aggressively for a paralyze or a leg sweep. For your Soulbind, I'm going to recommend picking Nausea the Mistblade and taking this path. This will provide us with the Agent of Chaos passive. This will cause our Door of Shadows to disorient nearby enemies at the targeted location when we appear. This can add some nice CC, a short peel, or act as an interrupt. With this path, we will also receive the Familiar Predicaments passive. This will reduce the duration of interrupt, snare, and root effects by 25%. This is very nice as it makes getting kicked not as punishing and gives us more uptime to heal. For your 2 potency conduits, you're going to want to take Imbued Reflections and Resplendent Mist. Imbued Reflections causes your Fallen Order monks to do more damage and healing. This is great as it makes our already strong Covenant ability even stronger. Resplendent Mist will give your Gust of Mist a 30% chance to do more healing. This will help with our overall healing output. For your Finesse Conduit, pick Lingering Numbness. At max rank, this will make it to where when your paralysis ends, the target has 96% reduced movement speed for 5 seconds. You could paralyze a healer behind a pillar, and that 96% slow can add a few seconds of CC if their DPS is out of line of sight. For your Endurance Conduit, you have 2 options here, Fortifying Ingredients and Grounding Breath. Fortifying Ingredients will cause your Fortifying Brew at max rank to give you a shield for 28.8% of your maximum health for 15 seconds. This is incredibly strong against bursty teams. And Grounding Breath at max rank will cause your Vivify healing on yourself to be increased by 36% and have a 30% chance to refund its cost. Not only is this mana efficient, but this pairs very well with the PvP talent Refreshing Breeze. For healers, there is no set healing rotation. Instead, you'll want to focus on what heals to use, when to use them, and focus on conserving your mana. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of your healing spells. First, we have Renewing Mist. This ability will put a haunt on the target, and if it overheals the target, it will travel to another injured ally. This is a very inexpensive ability, and you will always want to have this up on your teammates at all times. It will also provide extra bonuses depending on what PvP talents you selected. Outside of Renewing Mist, you have 3 common abilities: Soothing Mist, Vivify, and Enveloping Mist. Soothing Mist is for light healing, but is important because while you're channeling it, it allows you to cast Vivify and Enveloping Mist instantly while maintaining its channel. Vivify is for moderate amounts of damage and costs a decent amount of mana. Enveloping Mist is for high burst damage. It will put a haunt on the targets and will increase the healing our target receives from our spells by 30%, but it is one of our highest mana costing abilities. Now that you're familiar with some of the Mistweaver abilities, let's talk about managing your mana and some of the healing combos you'll be using. The first 2 abilities we're going to talk about are Healing Elixir and Expel Harm. If you talented into Healing Elixir, this ability is great as it costs no mana and will heal us for 15% of our maximum health. You can use this if you're healing a teammates but need to heal yourself as well. Next, we have Expel Harm. This is an instant and inexpensive heal for yourself. You can use this while kiting, but if you're channeling Soothing Mist, it will also heal the Soothing Mist target as well. So these are 2 mana conserving tools to help heal both yourself and a teammate. So moving on to some of the healing combos. The 2 abilities that are going to help us here are Thunder Focus Tea and Mana Tea. Thunder Focus Tea empowers our next ability, but the 2 that we're focused on here are Vivify and Enveloping Mist. This will cause Vivify to cost no mana and make Enveloping Mist do more upfront healing. Since we talented into Focus Thunder, this will empower our next 2 abilities instead of 1. For moderate healing, you'll want to use Thunder Focus Tea and then cast Vivify twice. This will do a large amount of healing, and the good thing about this combo is that it costs no mana. For burst healing, you'll want to use Thunder Focus Tea, cast Enveloping Mist, and then cast Vivify. And lastly, we have Mana Tea. Anytime you're going to be casting expensive heals like Enveloping Mist or don't have Thunder Focus Tea up, you'll want to use this so you don't burn through your mana too quickly. For your healing cooldowns, Life Cocoon will be your emergency heal. Invoke Yulon is decent and will help with healing throughput. Fallen Order is extremely strong and you'll want to use this before you get CC'd. Revival is your big AoE heal and it will remove all magic dots from the targets. This is very strong against Warlocks and Shadow Priest. And that's going to wrap it up for our 10-minute PvP guide. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me in the comments below, or follow and message me on Twitter @ScatteredWow, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon. Even donations as small as $1 greatly help the channel out. And if you're interested in some of the other rewards that we offer our patrons, I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check that out. But that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.